Hello.
Welcome to Toy Trash Talks.
I'm Lex.
And I'm Via.
Today, no toys, but a movie again.
Yeah, we are doing a review of the latest Jurassic Park installment, Jurassic Park Rebirth.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Sorry, Jurassic World Rebirth. We saw it recently and we've got some thoughts about the movie.
Yeah.
If you love our thoughts, then that's cool.
Subscribe for more of our thoughts.
Subscribe for more thoughts.
More thoughts, yeah.
Some more Jurassic flavored thoughts. So there's going to be some spoilers.
Yeah, we're going to spoil this. We're going to blow this thing wide open.
Ooh, is that a reference? I feel like that's a reference that I'm not getting.
It might be, unintentionally. Let's
We're
pretend
going to
that
blow
it
this
is.
thing wide open.
It's me, Mosasaurus. We're going to blow it open.
We're going to need more dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah, you see what I did there. Anyway, Jurassic World Rebirth. We saw it...
A couple days ago.
2 days ago?
Yeah, about 2 days ago.
Yeah, and we've got some opinions that we want to rant about. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. So overall, I think you calling it Jurassic Park Rebirth is actually pretty appropriate because this movie definitely felt like a secret sequel to those movies, as opposed to a Jurassic World movie. It obviously it was also very intentional because it was shot on film. It's written by a gent named David Cope. I think I pronounced his last name correctly.
David, I think that's Coop.
Yeah, so
David
he is the co-writer for the first Jurassic Park movie.
Is that Dutch?
I have no idea. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, David Coop or David, maybe the K is silent.
Yeah. If you're hearing this, David, I'm very sorry for mispronouncing your name. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name.
Apologies if we mispronounce.
Anyway, welcome back. He got eaten by a T-Rex in the Lost World, so I think he's doing pretty well since then.
Oh, okay. That's good news. Okay.
Yeah, it's good news. Anyway, so yeah, this definitely could be like, oh, this is Jurassic Park 4, you know?
Yeah.
It very much ignores the Jurassic World stuff, aside from dinosaurs on the mainland, which doesn't do that much, but we'll talk about that a bit later.
Yeah.
But overall, I really enjoyed this film. I had a great time. What are your overall thoughts?
So yeah, my overall thoughts, I think if I would just blanket term it, were overall I enjoyed the movie. I did feel that it was quite refreshing.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like the other Jurassic World movies. And I can't necessarily explain why. I think it had something to do with the pacing and the plot and the action sequences. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. I would give it maybe a 6.5 rebirths out of 10 rebirths. maybe a 7.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I would say, hey, like, it wasn't the best movie. It was fine. I enjoyed it, but I did get bored oddly during some of the most tense sequences, and some of the action scenes are absolutely riddled with tension. They did that really, really well, where it was a case of like, oh no, they're going to get eaten. No, they just missed the jaws. Oh no, they're going to get eaten now. Huh. Like the movie did a good job of going back and forth of like, are they okay? No, they're not. Maybe they're okay. Maybe they're not.
The pacing felt pretty good.
So I did like that. So like I said, even though I don't necessarily feel very attuned to the action sequences in movies, I think they did that pretty well. And it was tense.
Yeah.
Like the sort of pendulum of the tenseness and the tension building up during the certain scenes of, hey, what's going to happen? This thing happens. This thing doesn't happen that you thought might have happened. That's cool. I do like that.
Yeah.
Action sequences in the movie were absolutely, in my opinion, really well done. They were quite balanced.
Yeah. I loved all those sequences because, like, obviously all of them involved dinosaurs of some description.
Yes.
And like,
yes. It's kind of a prerequisite.
It really feels like they've gone back to like, hey, treat these things like animals, and they were just doing animal things. Like for the most part, the giant carnivores like the Mosasaurus and the T-Rex, they were just playing. They were just kind of figuring out what this boat is or what this rubber ducky is. So they weren't just being evil, hungry carnivores. They were just like, what is this thing? I'm curious. Let's fuck a little bit.
Yeah, they weren't like mindlessly malicious tools to move the plot forward. It was more of a case of like, oh shit, this is going down.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, the predators are not necessarily just bloodthirsty, mindless creatures. They're busy doing their own things.
Yeah.
They're bored. They've been hanging around. They want to investigate and play and not just eat.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah, man.
That was cool.
The sequence with the Mosasaurus in the boat was so rad when the Spinosaurus was busy hanging out. Because the Mosasaurus was
No, there's two sequences. So which were you referring to?
There's one big sequence with the Mosasaurus, and the Spinosaurs are kind of chilling with it.
Yes.
And
they do this weird thing where they're like, oh, they're hanging out together. It's fucking...
They have mutualism,
It's mutualism. And it's like, yeah, bitch, we get it. Like, you don't even need to say it.
I thought that was...
It felt condescending when they were like,
I
oh, look
disagree
at them.
with
They're
you.
hanging out together. And it's like, okay,
I
sure.
think it was really... I think maybe we should go back a bit to the characters, but they're... a paleontologist character, I think his name was Henry Loomis or something.
I don't remember any of their names.
Yeah, but not in the same way I don't remember anybody from Jurassic World.
I mean, the fact that I don't remember their names doesn't mean that they're not necessarily memorable characters.
Yeah,
It's just me.
I think the human cast in this film was a lot of fun, and they're pretty well cast. They're much more likable than anybody in the Jurassic World movies, like 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I actually felt bad for a change when somebody got eaten.
Yeah, 2 people got eaten. But yeah, I kind of like the paleontologist character pointing out things and just being really excited about pointing out things. Like,
Yeah.
that felt so good to have someone who was like, just like as excited about dinosaurs as most of the audience is in one of his movies. Because it's been, like the other Jurassic World movies, it feels like, those feel condescending to me. That feels like
What do you mean
this
condescending?
Because it's like, it's someone explaining something to you, but it's like, oh, this is lame, look at this thing. Or like, oh, it's the biggest carnival that's ever walked the earth. And it's just like, this person isn't having a fun time. It's not someone who's like, look at this fucking rad giant animal. This thing's
Energy
cool
is
as hell.
different.
Yes.
So, getting some information from somebody who's genuinely excited about what they're talking about, as opposed to like, I'm a scientist.
It's just
you should
it's not
listen
an
to me.
expedition dump. It feels like this person is just saying this because he's really excited about this thing that he's seeing.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't remember any of the names, I'm afraid, but the archaeologist,
I remember him.
the paleontologist museum curator character,
Henry Loomis, yeah.
he was pretty cool.
I liked him a lot.
Initially, he felt a little bit cliche, but as the movie went on and forged on and we learned more about him as a person and as a character, I did grow to like him a lot more.
Yeah, he's played by Jonathan Bailey.
Excuse me, John?
Jonathan Bailey?
Jonathan Bailey. So in the beginning, he seemed like he might be a stereotypical character, but as the movie went on, he definitely proved himself to be otherwise.
Yeah.
And he
I think
definitely proved himself to be like a great character.
He was really fun.
I enjoyed his performance as well.
He was fucking awesome.
Like, I enjoyed his performance as well as the character.
Yeah,
like, his acting was pretty good.
I think all the performances in this film were pretty solid, honestly.
Yeah.
I really don't have any complaints.
Actually, not a single person was a bad actor. Like, even the little girl character, she did phenomenally.
Yeah, she was great.
She did really good.
Yeah, nobody felt hammed in or like, everything just felt quite genuine, which is nice.
Yeah. None of the characters really felt super stereotypical.
Yeah.
Except the Orlando Bloom knockoff CEO guy.
Oh, of course.
The movie starts off with him.
My note for him
He's my least favorite character.
My note for him is, turns out the evil CEO was an evil CEO.
Wow.
Let's go back a little bit, I guess. The plot being, hey, after the million dinosaurs in the wild, they're not doing super hot, so they've moved into
more tropical zones.
More tropical zones, equator zones.
They've moved towards the equator, and due to that fact, a lot of the human population is not allowed to travel in areas where there are known to be aggressive dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So
And also,
they've died due to diseases and climate not being appropriate for them, as well as obviously human interaction. So a lot of them that have been strong enough to survive has moved towards allegedly the equator line.
Yeah.
And supposedly there's this whole thing of like, there's a little bit of exposition, at least there's a little bit of expedition.
There is an expedition.
There's a little bit of exposition in the beginning where they're like 17 years ago, blah, 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 blah. And even if you just continue to watch the movie, that process does get explained through the movie.
Yeah.
So I feel like the exposition isn't strictly necessary. but it was there, which is fine.
I think you can watch this film without having seen any of the Jurassic World movies.
Yes, that's something specifically that I wanted to say, is that this movie, if you looked at it by itself, it's actually, I would say this is a fantastic introduction to the Jurassic franchise.
That's a pretty good point. Yeah.
And if you were like, hey, I know nothing about Jurassic Park as a whole, and you watch this movie, this would be a really, really great movie. You might even watch them backwards.
Well, you should probably watch the first one at least.
But you should watch the first one.
Yeah.
But
nothing can compare to the first one.
It didn't feel shilly. It didn't feel like it was pandering to anybody or anything.
Exactly.
It kind of felt like it was just doing its own thing.
That's what it's doing, its own thing.
You know, in a way that I can't quite explain, the movie itself as a standalone thing, it was really refreshing.
It's refreshing. Like it's a bit of a small scale plot. The plot's really dumb. Like I think the science is kind of dumb.
What do you mean?
Like it's like,
we're going to explain the plot.
So the story is
really
evil
quickly.
CEO is like, hey, if we get live DNA from the 3 largest creatures, we can make a heart disease cure.
Oh, we can make big money in big pharma.
Yeah. So he hires a mercenary team who is headed by Scarjo. She's pretty good. And a paleontologist is also on board to kind of help do these things. So that was a bit silly, but it also felt like I think they wanted to just keep it simple because this movie was made very quickly, like under a year or so, which is insane to think about.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Given how beautiful the creatures looked and how the effects looked.
The movie was made in under a year.
It was announced last year.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. Like it was put together very quickly.
That's pretty impressive.
So like I'm sure they fucking worked the VSX team, but the animals all looked really great. Like nothing felt phoned in.
Nothing felt cheap. Everything felt...
Other than the plot. But the plot's also very secondary.
The plot was fine.
The plot felt very secondary to like, oh, they're just on this island, they're just doing Jurassic Parky things now. I was worried the plot was going to be like, there's a twist, the evil CEO wants the secret DNA at this facility, blah, blah, blah. But that didn't happen.
Oh,
which is
and
quite,
he's using them to get there.
I'm glad it didn't happen. That would have really sucked.
Yeah.
So they go to, all these creatures conveniently live on one of the staging ground islands that we don't know about until this film.
Yes.
And this island was...
It's like a secret laboratory testing island.
Yeah, so this island existed before Jurassic World, and it's kind of the testing ground to restart Jurassic World and everything else. So it's like, apparently very dangerous dinosaurs, there's some mutants running around.
It's just an island where they keep all the really ugly dinosaurs.
It's an island of misfit dinosaurs,
the public don't want to pay money to look at these freaks.
Even though all the dinosaurs that weren't mutants look fucking rad as hell. They all look so good.
Freak Island.
I can't stop gushing about how well designed the new and old dinosaurs are, except for the one, but they all look so good.
But like, oh man, Rexy.
The new T-Rex is so cool.
I'm not saying that that's necessarily Rexy.
It's not Rexy.
But
we don't know what the Rex is.
The T-Rex looks so good.
I love the look of this big bitching bulky T-Rex.
Oh man, what a fucking thick booty. Yeah. Something I do want to mention real quick is that one of my favorite aspects about the movie, which also bothered me a little bit, but I'll get to that at the end of my sentence, at the end of my thought train here. Was I really enjoyed how many dinosaurs were showcased.
Yeah,
in the
there was
film
a good
itself.
number of species.
There were a couple ones where I was like, I leaned over to Lex and I was like, which one's that one? You know, and he was like, oh, you know.
I love doing that shit.
So that's cool. I did enjoy that. There was a nice variety of like, oh my word, these compies.
Yeah, they look cool.
They had such nice
different
colors
as
with
well.
like the salmon pink backs with like the dark, like navy blue, like underbellies.
Yeah,
it
they
was
look really good.
It was a very different take, and they were also very silly and.
They weren't in the film. You saw them for one sequence.
What's the words that I'm looking for? They were not clumsy. They were goofy.
Yeah.
They were like me. There's a scene where they're there and there's some other shit happening and they just happen to be in the vicinity, and they look really good. Some of the dinosaurs should have been feathered when they weren't, but that's also
that's a whole other thing.
That's also a Jurassic thing. So the thing that I was gonna say that bothered me a little bit was that I feel like there's a little bit of a sense of, maybe I'm wrong here, and that's okay, but a sense of quantity over quality, where they showcased many species, which I absolutely love that they did. But unfortunately, some of them got, whether it was the designs or the representations of them on screen, some of them got a lot more love than others did, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the Spinosaurus' return again later, because their sequence in the water was really cool.
Like, you only really see them in the water, and there's one scene where there's a Spinosaurus that's out of the water, and it goes back into the water, basically, like, in a span of like 20 seconds. So you only really get to see...
I love the design. They're so cool.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're really, really nicely done. But you only really get to see like the full... I'm using air quotes so you can't see it. The full air quote.
The full Spinosaurus experience.
The full Spinosaurus experience, very, very briefly. And most of the time they're in the water, which is fine. I mean, at least you do get to see it.
Yeah. And like, I was expecting the T-Rex...
full body.
The full body. I was expecting the T-Rex to return
at the
end of the film to fight the T-Rex or some shit like that.
Sorry, say that again. I was laughing. The full body Spino experience,
I was
baby.
kind of dreading, but also kind of expecting, like, oh, at the end of the film, there's going to be a big dinosaur fight between the T-Rex and the new mutant D-Rex.
Oh, you thought there was going to be like a showdown.
Apparently, that was in an earlier draft, but I'm glad it didn't happen because I'm actually kind of tired of that.
Is that not a bit overused?
That's why I'm saying I'm tired of that. I'm glad it didn't do that. The D-Rex was just left sad and alone, and it's just like, it's such a tragic creature. So the D-Rex is a...
I mean, honestly, I didn't expect this at all, but I actually empathized a little bit with the D-Rex.
To try to spoil the D-Rex, I wish they hadn't, but the D-Rex is kind of like...
In what way?
Because you see all of the trailers. I think the D-Rex should have been kept as a surprise. Be like, oh, here's this fucking thing, what is that?
No,
like,
but...
It's opening sequence where there's a rescue helicopter that comes to them at the village, and it just chomps the helicopter. That was fucking awesome.
That was metal.
So good. Yeah, it was so cool.
I'm a bit honest with you. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. So the T-Rex is kind of like it's a mutant freak. It's kind of like
deeply misunderstood.
Yeah. He just wants a hug, man.
No. He wants more than a hug.
Yeah, it's a pre-hybrid before
more than a hug.
You need something for this big bulbous head, dude.
Oh.
So yeah, it's kind of like them trying to figure out how to hybridize animals, and this one goes horribly wrong.
Them failing pretty badly, yeah.
I do like the design. It's nice to see like a mutant dinosaur that's leaning more into mutations, opposed to like, oh, it's just a slightly bigger T-Rex, essentially. Like it looked cool. It had a good design. The other mutant on the island, the Mutodons, there's...
Oh, okay. So I want to say something about the D-Rex, and then I want to move on to those.
Tell me about the D-Rex.
I have opinions.
Show me that D-Rex.
Show me those double D-Rexes, baby. I have opinions on both of those things. So the D-Rex specifically, I didn't like it at first. Oh, that's a fridge alarm.
Sorry.
Turn the fridge back
that's
on.
That's a D-Rex alarm.
But keep those D-Rexes fresh, baby. Send the dinosaurs to space. Okay, I'm back.
If you like Tom Hardy, add Tom Hardy in the comments. I'm sure you'll know.
We're gonna fuck up those dinosaurs. Go back to the island.
Well, they did again. Fucking hell.
Majestic, beautiful, run. Okay, so back to the D-Rex. Yes. So my thoughts on the D-Rex were there was one very specific thing that I wanted to say, and it actually took me a while to come to a conclusion about what it was that I was thinking. So it reminded me of something, but I couldn't quite place what that thing was. Now I know what the fuck that is. Okay, so have you ever seen the movie called Help, I'm a Fish?
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Here
we go.
The evil pilot fish, right?
Yes. So... in the movie Help, I'm a Fish, there's a bad guy, the antagonist in the movie. He gets his hands on a serum, and what happens is it mutates you to make you smarter and stuff like that. So it was really bothering me for a few days after watching the trailer and watching the movie, where there was this thing that was really, really eating at my brain, which is, what does this remind me of? And the D-Rex reminds me of, in the climactic scene of the bad guy overdoing himself on the serum, and he becomes mutated and lumpy, and his head gets all lumpy and shit.
Traumatizing,
Absolutely traumatizing. Reminded me of that situation of not only the whole like mutation thing and like messing with that kind of stuff. But just the bulbous forehead and that whole aesthetic, like it really, really was niggling my brain, in the corners of my brain. I'm like, what does this remind me of? I've been thinking about it for days. Anyway, that's the thing. Okay, just needed to say that. Needed to let that out. Okay, the second thing about the mutated
the
raptor
pteranodon hybrids, the mutodons. Yeah,
the mutodons. The first thing I thought was like Skeksis.
I do look like Skeksis.
And I did think that they were kind of cool. Like overall, I liked the way that they looked. I liked the way they behaved. I thought they were cool. I thought there was a little bit of a throwback towards the first Jurassic movie when they were trying to escape it. They're hiding in the like convenience store.
Yeah.
It felt like some of the what's the word for this? The way that the cinematography, the way that they filmed it, reminded me. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe it wasn't.
It was very intentional.
Reminded me of the kitchen scene with the velociraptors and the children in the very first movie.
Yeah, I think going to that point, as I say, I want to bring up is that the homages to the original films didn't feel like they were doing it because it's like, oh, remember this? Remember how you liked this scene? This felt very intentional of like homaging in a way that's respectful, but not being condescending to the audience.
Yeah, so going back to what we were saying earlier about how you could watch this as a standalone film.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine as an introduction to the entire thing. Yeah. Or just if you've watched nothing else and you want to watch this film, that's great. It works.
Yeah, it works. What is your favorite dinosaur in the film? What is your least favorite dinosaur in the film?
Oh, that's tricky. So the ones that I like the most, I like the
Quetzalcoatlus.
I always say this wrong without fail. I always say Quetzalcoatlus. I don't know why I say quap.
Oh, I want to say a thing about the Quetzalcoatlus.
How do you say it?
Quetzalcoatlus.
Quetzalcoatlus.
I love that it was in a Mayan temple on the island.
So cool.
Do you know Quetzalcoatlus is named after the feathers? Yeah, like that was fucking awesome.
That was really nice. That was obviously very intentional. Mm-hmm. The design for that character or that creature. And the way they behaved, I really, really enjoyed that scene specifically.
That scene was so awesome.
Where the Quetzalcoatlus. Why can't I say that word?
It's a hard word to say.
The Quetzalcoatlus is featured.
If you haven't been saying dinosaur names for the past 30 odd years, like I have.
I've been saying words for 30 years.
Not dinosaur words.
I really like the look of that character.
It had a good design.
The behavior of that animal specifically seemed very natural. Another thing I liked was I did like the compies, even though the compies are featured incredibly briefly. They have literally less than 30 seconds of screen time. That's fine. I thought they were fun. I liked them a lot.
I like they made them red. Yeah.
I thought they were cool. The creature that I didn't like, Dolores.
Oh, so Dolores is an Aqualops. I also didn't like that either. It didn't really look like what an Aqualops is depicted as. I worried it was going to be overly cutesy, and it was kind of cutesy, but not to the point where it's like, buy the plushie of this character. Look how cute it is. Yeah. It didn't feel too over pushed, but it was a bit like, okay, this is here just to sell toys, I guess.
So I didn't like.
I think it's Aqualops. Sorry. Please tell me in the comments if that's the correct pronunciation.
Aqualops.
Somehow.
The thing is, I have a strong viewpoint of the insert cute animal character that's non-verbal, that releases tension during certain scenes.
Yeah, it's the baby Yoda of Jurassic World.
The biggest example that I can think of, and there are many, many, many examples, but the biggest one that I can think of is the chicken from Moana.
Yeah.
Moana?
Yeah.
God, it just really, really annoyed me irrationally. And so Dolores is a bit better than that.
Yeah.
Dolores isn't pushed too hard. I don't like the concept of that type of character because let's face it, that's what is happening in this movie. That character is that insert audience-friendly, cute pet that somehow magically bonds to somebody for no apparent reason. The little girl of
the family,
one thing I did like about Dolores, however, was that Dolores became scared and visibly upset when there was danger nearby.
Yeah.
And I think that happened twice in the
Yeah,
film.
there's one part where they're
And I
creeping up
did
on the
like
T-Rex.
that
Yeah,
because it felt like it was not only a device to
it's not like an animal. Yeah,
not only a device to keep the story rolling, but a sense of like Dolores essentially has its own life and its own personality and its own like wants and needs.
Yeah.
Over and above the fact that it wanted to eat the little girl's licorice, and that was really the only reason it was hanging out with them.
Yeah.
Was the snacks.
Yeah. It felt like an animal despite being the cute insert creature.
Yes.
I was worried it was going to be a scene where like Dolores saves the day somehow by squealing and they'd lures them to a big animal. But it didn't really do that in a way that felt too phoned in.
You know, not to sound like a dick, pun intended, but Dolores has an incredibly phallic head and neck region.
Well, it is a ceratopsid of some description.
I couldn't look away. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know,
she's the most dangerous animal on the island, baby.
I've seen a handful of penises in my time, and
we watched a movie with an animal called the D-Rex. So yeah.
That ridge, that little neck ridge is undeniably phallic.
I did not like the design.
It's not just Dolores was phallic. I'm not just saying that's a thing. I'm just saying that penises look like Dolores.
It's convergent evolution, baby.
Both ways.
It's allergic to false sense of security.
Like I'm not saying this dinosaur looks like a dick. I'm saying that dicks look like this dinosaur.
So we move on from dicks.
Anyway.
So
that was one of the characters that I liked the least. But also no hate to Dolores. Dolores was actually
I wish the design was better. Like there's a maquette out there where it has quills in the tail and it looks so much better than what they went with in the film.
Yeah, the quill tail look is in my opinion much more preferable to like having a smooth. Maybe it's the smoothness that made it a little bit more phallic.
Yeah. What am I? So
definitely contributed to the phallacity.
Yeah, the phallacity of Dolores. Yes, that's my favorite Jane Austen book. So for me, the favorite one's going to be quite hard because I liked a lot of the dinosaurs.
The designs, like I said, were
they're so good.
Mostly very, very good.
I love the new T-Rex. I think it might be the Spinosaur, which is my favorite because it's just big and chunky and terrible and very water-going sort of design. They look really good. Love the colors, like the whole vibe. The Motosaurus was beautiful as well. Tail fluke going on, so cool. But my least favorite critter, for sure, is the Mutodon. I did not like them at all.
Yeah. You didn't like them.
They looked like you said, they look like Skeksis. They look like Jim Henson creatures.
Yeah, they look like Skeksis.
Like they looked so cartoony in this film. Like they felt kind of a bit smushed in. Like there's a throwaway line about them being mutants, which sounds very Eddie odd. I think they were originally supposed to just be the raptors. There's a raptor design for this film which looks awesome. Like it might be my favorite raptor design in all the Jurassic Park and World movies. And you just see them get murdered out of focus by Mutodon at some point in the film. And then these critters are there at the gas station. And they don't look great. Like they could have just been the raptors. That's my only problem with this film is that the Mutodons didn't really seem to serve any purpose. And also like there's no toys of them. So what's the point of, what are they doing?
It is odd that they're not pushing toys, you know, because they.
I have a theory.
They featured.
They featured quite a bit.
They featured quite a bit. They got a bit of.
They got a whole sequence.
They got a bit of screen time as opposed to some of the other creatures like we mentioned. So,
they were not great. I don't know how I look at them.
Sorry, I can't remember what they're called, but they're super cute. They're like these winged creatures with these whiskers and beaks.
And
they got these cute eyes.
You're thinking of the Agnorognathus.
Anorognathus.
Yeah. So they didn't have whiskers in this one?
In this one, they were more
scaly,
like imagine like a lizard bat.
Yeah.
They were like that. They were like bright green.
I didn't like their look. I think they look a lot better than Jurassic World Evolution 2, where they're fuzzy. Here they're just scaly. They look kind of meh.
I like that they were featured.
Yeah, it's cool that they're featured.
I didn't like their design, but that's not a huge. That's not a huge deal. It's not a big thing. Yeah.
But yeah, Mutodons can go. I don't like them.
They were very, very, very very skexy.
I think the design.
Like, who's this handsome fellow?
Like, their sequence in the gas station was really cool. I just wish it was the raptors.
Aren't the raptors overdone?
I think that's my theory as to why they were removed. What feels a bit last minute. I think the Jurassic World movies really tainted the raptors and made them not scary, even though they're really scary in all the other Jurassic Park movies.
They are pretty terrifying.
So I think the Jurassic World movies really destroy the public perception of raptors, which is a bummer, because they're cool. But anyway, the Megalodon designs, I think they could work in another film or in like a Camp Cretaceous cartoon series, but here they just felt a bit phoned in. I didn't like them.
They were there to move the plot forward.
I think they were just a replacement for the raptors.
Yeah. And I mean, going back to what I mentioned earlier about the kitchen scene from the first movie and how the scene in the convenience store reminded me of that. If they'd been replaced by raptors, then people would have said, hey, this is just a kitchen scene, but in a different environment.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they were kind of a bit last minute addition. Because I don't know if I mentioned this on recording, but a lot of the creatures, there's a couple close-up of the dinosaurs' eyes, the creatures' eyes.
Yes.
And the eyes look they just look like animal eyes. They look alive and full of intention.
Yeah.
The Megalodons don't have that. They look a bit dead inside.
Yeah.
They look like the Jurassic World dinosaurs where there's no life. They look like props.
Yeah, like a lot of the animals in this movie, a lot of the dinosaurs, they were made in a way that looked like they all had personalities.
Yeah, like...
Except for the Megalodons.
Yeah, except for the Megalodons. Like even the T-Rex, like you could see that it looked like it was in pain a lot of the time.
Yeah, the T-Rex is very interesting.
Yeah.
Like if you approach it from like a very compassionate perspective of like, oh no, this poor thing.
Yeah.
Like I've been mutated.
It doesn't know what it is.
I've been fused so many times. I don't even know what I am anymore.
Invetism fans, shout out.
Like,
I guess.
wait, isn't that Rick and Morty?
That's Invetism.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, there's definitely something in the eyes that needs to be said, that these creatures had personalities. They had
they're so good.
intentions and thoughts and feelings, and that was...
They just felt like animals, dude.
Yeah, that was done pretty well.
Not to go back to the T-Rex in the river sequence where it's fucking with the boat, but there's a
yes.
part where they find an inflatable rubber ducky and then inflate it, and the T-Rex is hanging like it's asleep and it gets woken up by this. And at some point it's just drinking water, it just looks up at a passing pteranodon, and then it notices them. It's like, oh, what's this thing? And then it engages, and it just feels so natural.
Like it wasn't even hungry and malicious. Like
it was just bored.
I'm so tired of all these things of if you're a human being,
it's going to go for you.
You're just a prime candidate for being munched on by a dinosaur. And it's like, come on, how narcissistic are we when we believe we're the tastiest thing out there?
Like it was interested in the rubber ducky, not them at all. It was trying to eat the boat because it didn't know where it was.
Yeah, it was just messing with the boat.
It was such a cool sequence, dude. So, this has been a bit rambly, but I've had a good time yelling about you with the Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, just sitting on the couch, eating Smarties, ranting about our likes and dislikes about the movie. So yeah, heavy spoilers, obviously, guys.
I think if this movie was like a Jurassic Park 3, it would have been my favorite. It feels so much like that, and this would have been my favorite movie if I saw this movie when I was like 10 or 12, you know?
That's a good take.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like, I think the title, Jurassic World Rebirth, is fucking awful.
I don't even know what it means.
It doesn't mean anything.
What is getting...
That's the second thing I don't like,
What is rebirthed?
It's a bad name.
Not the T-Rex, because it's
having a bad time.
Listen, I'm not understanding the correlation between the name and the movie itself.
Yeah. The other thing I don't like is I like that the plot was a lot smaller than... It's not like we need to save the world from this locust or whatever.
The scale was a bit more localized.
Which I think that works really well for Jurassic Park style movies, because you're dealing with animals that are larger than life and it really grounds it.
Yeah.
But it's a bit frustrating that they can never seem to get a story about dinosaurs in the mainland working. For some reason they keep shying away from it, and it feels like it's the easiest fucking thing to do, especially at a smaller scale.
Yeah.
You know? That's very frustrating. They always get stuck on an island, because without the island, it doesn't feel like a Jurassic Park movie. But then you're always on an island, and it's frustrating.
Yeah. The theme has become a bit too familiar of, oh, we're running through the jungle. Something wants to eat us. Oh no, it's got our scent. Yada, yada,
Like,
yada.
this movie could have worked if it was like, hey, we need to go to a couple islands or on the mainland, like in a small location, in like a village somewhere in South America. It would have worked just as well. And it would have been on the mainland, which would have made it a bit different and a bit more unique. But
Because they make a point of saying that most of the dinosaurs have died out at this point. In the present time, they make a point of saying that they only live by the equator. Most of them have succumbed to disease.
Because they all come from a theme park that was made in the equator. So like they haven't been engineered to adapt to the current environment.
Yeah.
Which I think the science is a bit hit or miss, but it makes sense in the context of a Jurassic movie.
Yeah.
That is unfortunately the fate of these animals.
Sad, but true. On that note, what's also sad but true is that we have to end our review.
Oh, I was actually going to ask you, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about this film?
I mentioned my favorite and my least favorite dinosaurs.
Okay, but your favorite aspect?
That's actually a tough question. My favorite aspect would probably be the fact that the movie itself as a whole felt refreshing.
Yes, I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
Very refreshing.
The thing that I didn't like, it might be a me problem, but I did get bored during the sequences that were supposed to be exciting. I got a bit like, okay, eat more snacks.
Yeah.
The movie itself is over 2 hours long. I'm not sure how long the credits are that account for that. But like, just make sure you've got enough snacks, make sure you've got enough drinks, whatever.
I like the action sequences a hell of a lot, even though I'm a bit biased towards dinosaurs and stuff. But like, the action sequences also just felt like you said, refreshing. Like, way better than any of the action sequences from any of the Jurassic World movies, for sure.
Like, it was good. I think they were shot well. They were tense. We were getting to know the characters constantly. Their personalities were revealed through every sentence in every scene.
Oh, my favorite character got chomped as well. Holy shit.
Who got chomped?
The chef guy who was like yelling in French at some point.
I don't remember his name, unfortunately.
Oh man! So
I was really bummed when he died.
Because the proper sequence is climbing over the cliff, the thing is chasing him, and the thing just swallows him whole, and it's got the rope. It's such a fun sequence.
The lead up to that, watch the movie.
It was so awesome.
That might be one of the best scenes in the movie. Is the scene
so cool.
with the Quetzalcoatlus. Well, there's only one.
There's a couple, but there's only one major one. Yeah.
Yes, that scene is probably, in my opinion, the best scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Even though, unfortunately, somebody dies, but
They die in a great way.
He dies in a fun way, which is
really
pretty
fun.
cool. But I think for me, like I said, it's a bit of a me thing where the action sequences bored me, even though they felt refreshing. The pace was good.
Yeah.
It constantly felt like there was tension, whether the tension was like happening right there, right then, or the tension was just around the corner.
Yeah. And the cinematography was awesome.
Yes.
This is directed by
Yes.
Gareth Edwards, who also did Godzilla 2014 and Rogue One, which are also some of my favorite movies. Like, he has such a great sense of scale and how to make big things feel big and imposing.
It's difficult to CGI something into reality. Yeah.
Yeah, so he knows how to work with that kind of stuff. Where I feel like the Jurassic...
Scale.
Yeah, this has been fucking talked to death. Like, every person on the YouTube channel who does movies has talked about this. With the Jurassic World movies, I'm paraphrasing a quote from Dr. James Napoli of Skeleton Crew here, but they feel like product. They feel like they don't treat the animals like animals. They're just fodder. This movie is like, these are animals. Fucking phenomenal to return to, man.
Yeah. One thing we mentioned before was that Dominion felt like everything that happened, every single creature that was featured, every acting sequence, everything in that movie felt like it was made to sell the movie as opposed to tell a story.
Yeah, it was a product. Except for the Therizinosaurus, but all of it was a product.
When I left the theater, I did not feel good.
Yeah, I felt fucking awful after watching them
so salty.
Yeah.
But when I left the theater after this movie, I felt pretty good.
Yeah, I felt great. I had a really fun time watching it. I had a fun time watching it with you.
Yeah.
And I really want to watch it again.
Yeah, I'd love to watch it again.
This
Definitely.
is, I don't know how familiar you are with the other Jurassic Park movies, but this might be my third favorite of the entire trilogy of the entire everything from Jurassic to Jurassic World.
Yes.
This is probably my third favorite.
That's saying something.
So Jurassic Park, obviously, which is untouchable. Lost World, this one, and then Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, Dominion can go suck a stick.
Dominion sucks.
Can suck a stick, yo. Yeah. I was going to say suck a dick, but I think I've mentioned dicks enough times in this review.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we should...
Tell us in the comments.
I think we should wrap this up. We don't want it to be too long.
We should...
you know what's long?
We should rebirth this. No,
those Titanosaurus tails.
They were big.
Oh man, they were so horny.
The Titanosaurus were big and horny.
So horny. Show me those frills, baby.
So how many D's out of...
How many D's?
How many D's is this movie get?
Well, didn't I say...
You already told me it was 6
I gave
or
it
7,
6.5 or 7 rebirths out of 10 rebirths.
Oh, God. That sounds right. I would definitely lean between like a 7 to maybe close to an 8.
Okay.
The movie isn't perfect.
That's saying a lot.
But it's so refreshing.
Yeah. It definitely felt different to... forgive me for saying this, but like an old and tired franchise.
Yeah.
You know, and I
was a breath of
don't
fresh
mean
air,
that
dude.
quite like that, like old and tired.
I'm very excited to see, because this movie seems to be doing well, so they will probably do more of the same crew and director.
Yeah.
I want them to go back to the mainland for the next film. I want them to do another small-scale story, but on the mainland. That's what I want. I want like Dinosaurs or Mall or Dinosaurs in the Village.
Yeah.
Something like that I think would be so cool.
And just as a side note, more fanfare.
Yeah. So,
in terms of like, hey, the marketing is there. We've seen trailers, but we go to the movie theater, there's like one standee.
I think that's very much a Cape Town problem.
It's so sad.
It's like all over the world they had massive premieres for this movie. Here the premiere was so tiny. At least as far as we can tell.
Anyway.
But yeah, go back, speaking of fanfare, if they're doing more movies, go back to the books.
The books?
So that the T-Rex River sequence is lifted straight from the first book.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So in the Lost World, there's a part with Carnotauruses who can like camouflage and stuff, and I think seeing that would be very cool in a future installment. But yeah, like I want to see more of this take of the next sort of installment of Jurassic World and Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But hey, let us know down below if you agree with us. If you've enjoyed our rambling, please like and subscribe.
Yay!
Sometimes we do movies. We mostly do toy reviews. This feels like a bit of a toy adjacent review, so I guess it's
But
kind
I mean,
of there.
the only movies that we really review are movies that have toys attached to them.
Yeah,
so
because,
there's that. But anyway, on that note, thank you so much
Thank you so much for watching,
for tuning
and
in
listening.
and listening to us talk trash. If you like us,
Oh,
please.
sorry.
If you like this, please give it a like. If you have something to say, please drop a little message for us.
Anything
in the comments
helps.
below.
Feed the machine. Like let other people know.
Yeah, we really appreciate your support. And yeah, that's us. We're
outta
Toy Trash
here.
Talks.
I'm Lex.
And I'm Via.
There's no D-Rexes here, but we're gonna D the Rex out. No,
I don't have any puns. I'm sorry.
Puns the rebirth.
I don't have any puns for the end.
Go watch this film. It's
Go
very
watch this
good.
movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. If you like it, let us know. Let us know why. If you don't like it, let us know why.
Yeah. Content engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see you next
Next time. Bye.
Bye. We love you.
Bye. Watch out for D-Rex.